What's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And okay, let's get into this video. Some songs are bad but fit nicely into the equally terrible catalog provided by the terrible artist. Then some songs are made worse because the artist who made it has a near perfect discography. But no, this one song had to exist and ruin every chance of a perfect catalog. And this has definitely occurred in the case of Green Day. Okay, maybe I'm being dramatic, but it's difficult not to when you find a song this bad in your favorite band's discography. So, okay, before I trauma dump any more about this, I'm just gonna say the name of the song. Here Comes the Shark. Shock. Here Comes the Shock. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that physically hurt me to say. I have no idea how long it's gonna take for me to argue my point, but I'm just gonna go with it. Also, if you like this song, then great. Good for you. Not really. No, I'm joking. If you like the song, that's fine. But I personally think this is the worst song Green Day has ever written. This standalone single by Green Day was released in 2021, a year after what most people say is their most diabolical release to date, Father of All. And this was also the first song they released after Father of All. So imagine getting Father of All and being like, whoo, it's over. And then you get Here Comes the Shock. I'm gonna go over the lyrics a little bit, because with everyone complaining about the Saviors Deluxe tracks and how repetitive they are, bro, do you remember Here Comes the Shock? Do you know Here Comes the Shock exists? Because this is the king of repetition, as far as Green Day songs go. The chorus is just,
here comes the shock, here comes the shock, here comes the shock, here comes the shock.
Not so bad, 4 times. Not very fleshed out first verse.
We got the numbers, baby, gonna rumble in the streets. Let's scream and bloody murder, come and take it to the grave. Bebop-a-lula, baby, and you get your gun. We're gonna shoot it, baby. Gonna do some damage, and some damage will be done.
Chorus 4 more times, Here Comes the Shock. So that's 8 times.
Here comes the shock. Here comes the shock. Here comes the shock. Here comes the shock.
After verse 2, Here Comes the Shock is said another 4 times in the chorus. So that's 12 times. The bridge is just... No crap, Billie Joe Armstrong. And the outro chorus says, Here Comes the Shock, not 4 times, not 8 times, but 11 times in total. So altogether, the title Here Comes the Shock is said 23 times inside the song. 23 times. Talk about repetition, and I don't even know how long this song is, dude. Let me check. So, the title is said 23 times in a 2-minute, 35-second song. Here Comes the Shock is horrible for multiple reasons. Number 1, the repetition is really bad. Number 2, the video is beyond belief garbage. From what I can see, the song is, I guess, about protesting, but it's just a very, very repetitive protest song. Like, think about this. Out of the 3 songs that were released in 2021 after Father of All, Pollyanna, Here Comes the Shock, and Holy Toledo. If I was to rank those, I'd say Holy Toledo's the best, then Pollyanna. Here Comes the Shock is the worst thing ever released. Okay, once again, I'm probably being dramatic, but you know, even if Here Comes the Shock was supposed to be like just a fun song, I'm very glad they left it off Father of All, because imagine if they had just put the icing on the cake with that. And I don't even think Father of All's that bad, so I guess I'm gonna try to think about why Here Comes the Shock is so bad. Because look, repetition in small doses is absolutely fine. You had 2.5 minutes, and more than half of that was just used saying, Here Comes the Shock, over and over and over again. And you probably won't even know how difficult it is for me to even say that there's a bad song by Green Day, because they are, as everyone knows, my favorite band. But, you know, I'm not gonna argue that their discography is perfect, because Let's face it, it isn't. Other picks for Green Day songs that I don't think are that great are Oh Yeah, Drama Queen, and that's basically it. Oh wait, and Nightlife, but we don't talk about Nightlife for obvious reasons. All in all, I'll say this, I'm thankful that Here Comes the Shock was a standalone single because if that had been on an album, yeesh. But I will say this as an outro fact, Here Comes the Shock isn't that bad. On a good day, if someone said, hey, would you rather listen to TX2 or Here Comes the Shock? I'd say, Here Comes the Shock, because it's not as bad. And there are multiple artists that I think their entire discography is worse than Here Comes the Shock. So in comparison, Here Comes the Shock is not that bad of a song, but it's definitely, in my opinion, the worst song that Green Day has ever written. Drop y'all's picks for the worst Green Day song in the comments. Let me know. Like the video if you liked the video. Be sure to comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you or not see you in the next one. Adios.